Hello, and welcome back to City Skylines, where today, or last episode actually, I built all of this ready for new buildings to move in. So today, what I wanted to do is, I have a lot of empty space, like in the airport and stuff, where I just haven't done like any trees or any unique design, anything like that, with like rocks and stuff. So I'm gonna do that today, and hopefully, if this thing gets completed, then I can launch the rocket as well. So, over here, we've only got a couple buildings saying not enough buyers for products. It's actually sorted itself out quite nicely. Over here, they're saying not enough raw materials. Well, that's probably why there's like traffic lights literally everywhere. Okay, all of you can go off, and you, and you. So that should hopefully keep these guys supplied. Over here we have, of course, the army of taxis, as you would normally do. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Like, there's just so many of them. Like, you just go, it just goes on and on and on. But anyway, it's just I think they're all trying to get over here. There might be traffic lights. Nah, it's fine. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna start over at the airport. Actually, I think I'm gonna start over at the beach actually, because I want to do some unique stuff with some rocks. So in the end here, we have a couple of rocks. Some of them are shallow, like very shallow actually. That's like almost nothing. And some of them are quite tall. So what I want to do, this is on the edges of this bit. I want to add in some nice looking rock formations. So maybe I'll do that. Then add a little bit off the edge there. Maybe one just there. How does that look? I can't really see it, so I'm gonna quickly you know, turn daily on. Nice. Doesn't look that bad to be completely honest. It looks quite. What does it mean? It sort of looks natural. Sort of. Anyway, that does look pretty cool. What about over here? What do I want to have over here? Probably a little bit lower of a rock formation, but still a rock formation. So I'm gonna have this one just coming out of the water there. I'm gonna go over to these. Have that like that. And then I need a rock formation that's like tall-ish, but not exactly massive. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I think that works quite nicely actually. So then if I grab this and then add it in there, just to add some texture into this, like that. Yeah, I don't think that's bad. And then I'm going to get rid of like all the rocks actually on. Oh, I was getting rid of the things. Okay, I think that's good. Ooh, it's flooding again. It's not too bad, I don't think. But yeah, that's just nice, sprucing up the beach a little bit. It makes it just look a lot nicer. Now, over here, I still haven't added in a bunch of buildings on the side here. So I'm gonna probably make these self-sufficient buildings, and then run some of those along there. Put some here, here, here. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. So now I want to. What trees do I want? think I'm gonna go with the bamboo ones again, because I think those did look quite nice. So then if I was... Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so when you're looking out of this little balcony here, you get a nice view of some rock formations. So you have that there, and have a little bit of rock formation here. How does that go? Like that. You know, something there. Maybe a little bit there. Gonna get some taller ones. So like in there. Getting rid of another one. Yeah, it did fit in the gap there. That's nice. That's nice. And we've gotten to go to the big rocks again. Okay, then I'm probably gonna put like this one back here. I think that should be good. And I'm gonna leave like a little clearing for, so that from that little bit you can see the rocks. So then if I go like that, and then just behind it, I'm gonna add a bunch of trees like this. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. If you're looking out the window, then you get to see a nice rock formation. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Now over here, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to try and use these big ones. So if I had this here, that there, and down in the corner, it does look good. They're massive. That's massive. That isn't as massive. But whether it can fit without disrupting any other of the rocks is a different question. If I add that in there, and then this in just there, yeah, I think that looks quite nice. I'm just trying to try and fit one in. Yeah, I don't think I could fit one in there. Okay. That's fine. So if I just add these in here, like this, leave a little bit of a clearing there for people to actually see the rock formation. Then if I just bring these bamboo trees across there, yeah, that spruced that bit up a little bit more. In this little bit section here, I think I'm going to have two symmetrical tall ones. So if I do that there, that there, yeah, I think that's quite nice actually. Quite like that. So then I'm just going to fill these areas in with trees. Okay, I think this is definitely coming together. It's looking a lot cooler than it was before, I will say. So in this section here, there's going to obviously be buildings. So I'm just going to make sure that I remember that. This. Oh, I think. Yeah, I'm going to add that there. That's quite a nice place for it, just like behind the true train tracks. It's quite nice. We've unlocked the hypermarket. Could probably add it in somewhere. Over here we're lacking leisure, so that would fit in. No. Oh, we've unlocked the casino. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. I'll probably have to put it in a different location. I think this, no? Does nothing fit in this gap? That does, but not nicely. Is there anything else we've not done that? No. Anything in here? There's this. That isn't great. The Grand Library. We have a science center. I think this will be best on like the coast somewhere. Yeah, if I was to get rid of those two roads there and then add that in. Yeah, I think that goes quite nicely there. Over here, what have we got? We've got the Opera House. think I'll probably create like a little separate section for that. And we've got these buildings, so these do have, or can be pretty big. So if I add, I think that one in there is nice. I'll definitely need to add some traffic lights in there. There we go. I've got, oh, the resort hotel. Yeah, over here I'm going to put the resort hotel. So what I'm going to do quickly is I want to get rid of the fence because I don't want it there. So like that. Yeah, that should just be the entire fence gone. Very nice. So I want to build like a huge park in this area. So to start off with, I'm going to bring the highway viaduct down. So if I go to curve, bring it this across and that. How does that go? Not bad, I don't think. I'll bring that to back. No. If I bring it to here, that is definitely not it. What about here? Where does that go? Yeah, that definitely brings it closer. So I think here, and then if I bring it to about halfway, then maybe that's best. No, just like one in front of halfway, like that. Yeah, that I think. Yeah, that's perfect. And then if I just turn these around, then I need to lower the road down, and then every 10 like meters or whatever, and 10 clicks, I'm gonna call it. And they bring it down and down and down. Good. And then we'll do the same on the other side, like that, like that, like that, and down. And then I need to change the direction. Nice. Then I want to go to the highways. Are those two-way? It's one-way. Two-lane highway. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then that'll be one-way highway with sound barriers, which is just a two-lane, one-way highway, I would assume. They are it's a two-way highway. It's two-lane. So two-way is like one and the other way, isn't it? Yeah. Thought so. Right. Probably use the sound barriers on this. So when it comes down, it's going to be the sound barriers. It's going to switch, and then it's going to go on a curb like that. Not well. That's really quite sharp. I'm going to change that to be a lot less sharp. So that. Yeah, I think that's quite a nice curb. Then if I go like that, and then to here, yeah, I quite like those curves. And then if I just run it across a little bit, and across a little bit, yeah, that's quite nice. So, then I'll run these just down to here, like that. Yeah, that's quite nice. Then I'll do a similar sort of thing on this side, but I hope we get this lined up absolutely perfectly. Very good. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap before running another road like that. I'm going to do something pretty interesting here. I'm going to run a road over the highway. So then if I grab probably the American bridge, then if I go to and then if I do the similar thing onto the other side, so if I bring it down, and then do a similar sort of thing on the other side, so if I do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then just before it reaches dead, you go 1, 2, and then that should be, yeah, that's quite nice. But I want to just see something. Can I go up? So obviously that's going to be flat. If I go up 1, and then the same thing with this side 1. Can that... Oh, it can go over. Yeah, that's quite a nice bridge, I think, because then it's sort of like not a really like huge jump up from where it was before, so that's quite nice. Got all the traffic lights around this area, because they don't need to be there. And I want to do some decorations on the edge of this highway, so I'm going to do one big one here, we're going to do a smaller one, and now an even smaller one, and the smallest one's going to be scattered around a little bit more than the other ones. That one going there. Then that, and that. So I can't really see it. Yeah, it is like sloped up, I quite like that. And now, in this area I go up to the terrain. I'm going to probably have obviously the bamboo trees. So if I just fill this area, oh well, that's weird. That is really weird actually. But I'm going to fill this area in with bamboo trees. Okay, very nice. So now they've been added in. It does look quite nice, I think. In these areas, I think I might do a similar thing. It's sort of like a triangle, like this and that, and I think that might do pretty well. So if I go over to rocks again, grab the similar formation, do that. I'm going to put one there, one here, and one here. And I'm not going to make this symmetrical because it's going to be one of those things that it's not symmetrical, but it doesn't look bad. Or that's sort of what I'm aiming for here. So then if I go like that, then if I add in these rocks, going in like that, like that. Add a rock going in like so, then do a similar thing on the other side, like that, and yeah, I actually really like this formation. So when you first enter the city, you're like full like with nature and stuff, or like basically we're in nature, but this is sort of like a part of the park that's going to be here. So I'm going to get rid of that road, I think, and then this entire section from like this part of the highway, so I'm going to run like a road like this, just along, and then this part of the highway is going to run this, run on this road, and like that. So this area really is what I'm going to be working with for the actual park. How is the rocket coming along? Oh, pretty well actually. Might be able to launch it. This area, how does that doing? Let's get it in there, but it's going to take a pretty long time to get going. How's this doing? I think this may have glitched. That's why it's not leveling up. It says 0 weekly passengers when it says the passenger count is 92,000. Yeah. Kind of doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it really doesn't make much sense. Anyway, back over here. So I'm gonna add in the roads, I think, for now. So if I grab this, I'm gonna put that back onto normal. And now I'm going to run a road, not like in freeform, but if I do that and then do it again like that, and then just running it to, I think if I do it to there and then bring it down, yeah, that might be nice. And then if I run that, that would be pretty easy. Do I want to run a road across there? No, I don't think I will. I'm gonna do running a road just across to the end there, across to the end here, and do the same thing on this side. Then I'm going to add the curve in. Sadly, doesn't do the same sort of snapping thing as it did before. Nice. And then I'm going to run this right through the middle, like that. Very good. So then we have this area to work with for this park. So I'm going to start off by actually adding a park area in. So if I do that and then run it just across and then just across like that. Like so. What's the park gonna be called by itself? The Moor Garden. Pretty weird name to be honest. Actually, it's quite weird. Now, alright. I'm gonna trim this down and then I will see you after. I was thinking of doing a nature park, but I know I've thought of it. I think I want to do a zoo. And like sort of integrate a couple of nature things into it, since you can actually build like, I don't know, you could make it the zoo main gate, which is what I'm going to do. That can go probably just, where am I thinking? It's quite hard to like manipulate the main gate. Okay, I think there. And then I'll put a side gate just there, so nice, like that, and I'll put a side gate there. Yeah, and then what I'm going to have is sort of a little bit of rising terrain, so if I put strength down a lot, if I just have a little bit of rising terrain just going up, like this, like that, yeah, then we'll like smoothen this little back bit out. Probably using the this tool. So if I just like run it like back, like so, and then if I put it like on a flat bit, then I can make this edge here really harsh. So like that. Yeah, I quite like that actually. So if I just I can trim it like that. Sort of same thing on this side. Yeah, I quite like that actually. What I'm gonna do is run my just insane power grid over to here. Don't know how that connects. I probably wouldn't ask questions. Then I'm gonna run this across and down to. If I run it just like that, and then that, it's temporary, so it's gonna look messy. So if I run the water along to there, just across and down, then I'll run the water through to here, there, to there, just there, not just there actually. To here, and then run it just like a little curve bit before. So, where do I want to put this water? It's just gonna be pretty interesting. Okay, if I run this pipe down and across to here, then yeah, that works quite nicely. Okay, and then if I just do it like that. Like that. Good. Nice. So that's the pipes done for this little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some sort of thing like I did with over here, and not like make the paths or the water pipes follow the path in the zoo, but more or less just follow a grid pattern, a basic grid pattern that will just cover the entirety of the park. The water for this area is entirely done. So now I'm going to start adding in paths for this place. So I'm going to run a path just there. And what I want is probably. So if I flatten tool, if I then just carve out, so there's just a path. I want the path to just go through this little bit here. Okay, now we're going to see if this actually works. So if I go to paths, let's have a look. Yeah, it does quite nicely as well, actually. Actually looks like they've like dug out a little bit to where the path is going to go. But what I'm now going to do is sort of do a little turn off and angle like that, like a train line might. Then I'm going to run it up and onto the bit here. Then I'm going to have it run to probably here and across. So I think I actually want to change this bit up here to be more flat. So if I select a little section there and then just run it across like so. Very nice. If I get rid of that path, actually I don't need that. Then that works quite nicely, leaving a pretty nice flat area for me to build on. Just flatten that area down a little bit more. Okay, so if I grab the paths again, run it down and across again. Nice, this is going to be at the take-off watch points. If I go to the city park section, I'm going to grab their tiles again because they're nice tiles. Is that going to work? No. So if I put it in an angle like that and run it across sort of similar directions. If I make that the center, then I need to probably take one off there. Yeah, that's good. So then if I run this just down like that, and then I'm going to fill this area in. Okay. So now what I want to do is get rid of the rocks. I think it's going to be a lot easier if I just do that. Nice. So now I'm going to run the paths sort of just across from the corner there. I'm probably going to turn that off just so I can get a nice angle. If I do that, yeah, I think that's quite nice. And then obviously this bit's already connected. So if I go to City Park, because this is best for what I'm doing, I'm going to do sort of similar thing that I did on the beach. So if I go like this, probably going to add in the lights first actually. Okay, so if I do here, what do I want to do it next? Sort of like that, and then just go up like this, just sort of basing it off where the last one was. Like that, like that, like that. Yeah, and then I do the same thing on the edge here, so there, 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 and there. Okay, that's worked out pretty well, actually very well. So now I'm going to add in a bunch of these kiosks, I think they are kiosks. I think that's what they are. Oh, it's a food stall. Okay, which, I think it's this way it wants to go. So then if I just add in like a nice little row of those, then I'm going to go grab a food stall like this, and then sort of just do a little food section here. And of course, you've got to have the ice cream van, otherwise it isn't a food section. Right, so what I want to use now is probably a couple of things from the actual amusement park section. So I'm going to use some balloons. I'm going to use a candy cart just next to the ice cream van. Nothing in the nature reserve thing, actually just pick my fancy. I'm probably gonna add now in some of these tables. So I'm gonna add that in, that in, that in, that in. Not in any sort of pattern. Well, it is sort of in a pattern, just not in a very neat one, because it'd be almost impossible to do that like that. Okay, that's good. So then, if I grab the bins and then put one there, that works quite nicely. I think I like the this park bench. So then it'll have a park table. So if I add it in there, probably there, or there, that's quite nice, quite nice. So now I'm gonna add in a bunch of stuff that helps you see what helps you see the rocket actually take off. So I'm going to use some of these tents. I'm going to use this one and then this one. Nice. Then I'm going to use a viewing balcony. So I'm going to use just this one here, which is going to complain about not having a path connected to it. So if I was to just do exploits, and if I was to just do a small, I'm going to turn snapping completely off for this. So if I just do like a little tiny path just there, and then if I was to grab this and turn snapping back on, then if I grab the viewing balcony again, slope to steep. That's a nice viewing balcony though, look at it. It's quite a nice place. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make this not as sharp then, so if I just do that, maybe it'll let me? Hopefully it does. It might do. Yes, good. If I just do that, and that should just work nicely. I'm gonna add a couple of tent campsites, just there. And then just next to this, I'm going to have two support towers. Don't question, well, this looks like some sort of fortress. It really isn't. I'm getting rid of that, so I don't like that there. How would this do on like the edge here? So if I put that there, how would that look? Not bad actually, not bad. Then if I added this onto the side there, yeah, it looks quite nice. Okay, how's the rocket coming along? It's probably not going to be able to finish unless I like leave this running forever. Which I might do, because I do want to launch it today. How else? What else we can do? How else? What else? Nothing in there. Ooh, maybe some drop towers. So if I was to add in a drop tower just there, yeah, I think that's quite nice. You get to see it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now time to get to the actual zoo part of this place. So, what have we got here? We have the moose and reindeer enclosure. So, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to run a small little path off the side. And then put it onto the end of it, like so. So then that should just keep it snapped more or less to the path grid, like that. Yeah, I think that should be good. And then it will go like that. Nice, like that. Yeah, that's quite nice. And then I'm going to run another path just across. I'm going to add in another enclosure. This is the bird house, which I think can go there. Move the antelope enclosure. That can go in there. The bison. The bisons can go just there. And then the path can just come across like that. Can go across and up. Nice. How is the power cut across? There's power there. I could probably cut the power across from either one of those two places. So, actually, yeah, I think what if I do is if I add a plaza in there, then add a souvenir shop, a cafe, and just some restrooms literally right next to the entrance. I think that should be good. We have a monkey palace or whatever, so that can go there. Flamingo enclosure. If I was to get rid of that and then just add it in there, that should be nice. So that. I think what would be best to do if I was to go to here and then grab the Yuzu path on there, so then I don't have to keep going back and forth in this menu. So now we've got the elephant enclosure. That's quite big. I think this one can just go in the corner there. Yeah, I think that will go nicely there. Sea life enclosure. This will go probably like here. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly just add a little bit more room onto the end of the shoreline bit here. Nice, and then I just need to trim down these little edges here that I've done weird. Very nice. So now I need to run the the paths across. So if I run that down, that's down, and then if I bring this across, that's okay. Then if I just run that across, then I will be able to add in the sea life enclosure just there. Probably add in 2. I'll add in 2, why not? 2 is better than 1. So if I just go like this, and then I will add it, that's the amusement park. Then I will add it, so we'll add 1 there, and 1 there. Very good. Wait, that's the monkey palace. What's this? Insect, amphibian, and reptile house. Okay, so over here I think we're going to add the monkey palace. Giraffe enclosure. Right, so if I grab the path, and if I just run it to there, then if I... Oh wait, this is a roadside one? No, if I just snap it to this path like so, like that, that should work perfectly fine. Like that, and like that, good. Then if I add in rhinoceros, rhino enclosure, lion enclosure, this is gonna go, if I just run this across to here, then that can go there, and then I can add in loads of paths. So 1, 2 there, 1 down, 1 just behind the back of the rhino one, and 1 running all the way down. Very good. So this entire area over here does need power. If I was to add a bunch of other buildings in there, then that should work. So if I was to go to the amusement park buildings, I can add in the amusement park cafe, and then we can do the restrooms. Over in this area, I'm going to add in the merry-go-round, I think that is. Indeed, we're going to have a piggy train. Over here, just on this corner, we're going to have the rotating teacups. The swinging boat, which is like tiny when you think about how big a swinging boat is in like real life. Like that's puny. So there. If I add in a house of horrors just next to the lions, that would be fine. And there's some bumper cars, a second drop tower. Now we're going to add in this Pelendonium ride. We're going to have a small Ferris wheel section just here, which I might be able to nicely fit in there. Now we're going to have a roller coaster just there by the sea. And that's all of those buildings. So now we're going to be moving on to the city park building. So we're going to have a cafe in there. We're going to have an info booth there, an info booth just up here, and an info booth just down here, I think. Good. Restrooms, we're going to have another restroom just here. Chessboard, add that there. Oh, some park piers. Yep, I think I do want to add a couple of those in. We're going to add that one in there, that one in there. That goes pretty nice. We're going to have 2 shoreline gazebos. And now a climbing frame. So if I add that in there, we can add in some trampoline parks, and that's everything in that one. So now, start adding in these ones. So if I do that, that's pretty big. I'm going to add in probably one of those there, another one, why not the third one. Got some fishing cabins. I'm going to add 3 of those in there. We're going to have a bouldering site, 2 of those. That's everything in there. So if I go to the animals again, I'm going to add in a second monkey palace just there. Then I'm going to flamingos. Yeah, I think I'm going to add in flamingos. Why not? So if I go to here, then I'll add that and put paths in, like so, and then if I run that up to there. Okay. Go back to the parks. I'm going to add in a second amphibian house just there. Bison enclosure, that's going to work. That can go there. This park is pretty big. More space than I really know what to do with. And the rest of it, to be honest, could just be like a nature reserve walk around area. So if I was to go into here and go with the nature reserve paths, I'm going to go freedom form. And then I'm going to go like this. And then just sort of run like small paths just walking around the park. This one can lead to a little turnaround point just at the bridge. And then it's going to turn back on itself, doing a little closer bit onto the path. Then it's going to go through there, go all of the way around before connecting back up. That one's nice, and then this one can just go a little bit like a little loop just like that. So some pretty basic paths, but you know, it'd be fine. So now what I'm gonna do is, since I definitely know that this strength is way increased, I'm gonna add in like all of these as easy as this. It's so much more easy than it was. It was much easier compared to what it was before. Very nice. Good. Now I want to add in a couple of these different trees, so that's some variation in this park. So if I just bring them all along, I'm gonna have a lot of trees in this area. So if I go through and that section, nice. I'm gonna have some of these trees in. There won't be as many of these as there will be others, but that's perfectly fine. Good. And now I want to add in the big redwoods, and yeah, I think that's fine. Very lush now. Got a nice path, which I think is quite cool. Like if you're walking down this path as a medic person, we'll do it as a bison. Why not? Yeah, if you're walking around, you get like the sea view. You get you're in a lush forest. Yeah, this is quite nice actually. And then obviously you've got like the rocks on the path and all that. It's quite good. It's quite nice. Now I want to add in some of these because these are like little plants, you could say, and they'll just add a little bit more texture onto the floor of this place when actually walking around. So just add in a bunch in here. That's all good. Now, can you actually see anything in this area? No, you can't. So then if I just remove a lot of them in this area, and if I just get rid of these little trees here, get rid of some of these redwoods, yeah, that's a lot better. You get a nice clear view of the takeoff. Very nice. This area is quite planned, but people won't actually go here. They only really walk around the paths. It's sort of just aesthetic, really, this bit. I don't know if people will actually manage to get to here. They might not, they might do, you don't know. So, this is getting close to being done. Okay. So, I think because this hasn't finished yet, I'm probably gonna have to do it in the next episode. This is okay. Earlier at the start I said it was getting better. Now it's just gone like back to just rubbish again. Alright. Over here, this is doing pretty well for itself. It is still gaining some momentum. Now, before I do finish this off, I want to add in some more water pipes, and I want to add the rest of the commercial zone since we've started to get some demand for it. So for this, it's going to be a little bit more interesting, so I'm just sort of going to run it along like that, in no pattern at all really, just as sort of a solution for the piping problem. And then I'm going to make this entire bit over here just all commercial, which means it's basically just never going to run out of commercial ever again. Well, we'll do at some point because this is going to get filled, but not for a while at least. But anyway, I think that's a good place to leave it. So if you have enjoyed, then please subscribe, because why not? And goodbye. This park does look pretty cool though.